What's up everybody, hope all is well. I was browsing Steam looking for stuff to play between now and Overwatch 2 and realized I got a bunch of games on my wish list due out before the end of this year, and in the spirit of my channel, I wanted to make a quick video to share. Here's 5 games in 5 minutes that you should check out. These are all day one buys for me that I'll be doing reviews for. Some a little riskier than others, but a good mix, so I'm betting you'll see one you like. If so, go add it to your wish list as it helps the creators. I'll also have links for all this below. Let's do it. Oh baby, Deadlink. This is it. Developed by a new studio out of Poland called Grubby Entertainment. I got to play a limited slice in the demo and it was freaking awesome. It's an FPS with roguelite elements set in a cyberpunk themed world and I'm drooling for more. It plays a lot like Doom Eternal, just less combat chess-like. By that I mean enemies dictate your weapon selection and ammo is limited, but it's not quite as strict in that you can kill most enemies with any gun. Amazing FPS mechanics, extreme mobility, hyper fast pace, huge weapon, gear, and ability selection, incredible music, and the roguelite elements push it over the top to make it a game worth playing. The way you can selectively build your character out as you crawl through the city is empowering. I really can't say enough about what I experienced in the demo. It was exhilarating to play and really addictive. It sucked me in and the time just flew by. My only beef being the somewhat limited AI, though not so bad as to be a deal breaker. This seems to be a common thing in these smaller games like Gunfire Reborn. Deadlink is due out before year's end, but I think it'll be any day now. And I promise this one will get a full review from me when it launches. Atomic Heart. It's an action RPG that's got one of those weird yet unbelievably awesome looking worlds that I just want to inhabit and play in just looking at it. The plot is a systems failure at a Soviet facility has caused machines to rebel against mankind. Developed and published by Mundfish, a new studio formed in 2017, and as far as I can tell, this is their first game. But they talk a big game, saying they aspire to be in the same breath as BioShock, Fallout, and Doom, and that quality is their ultimate priority. It's supposed to be playable using either stealth or combat tactics, though judging by the gameplay, I'll take the kill everything approach. The combat looks good. It's supposed to have a great mystery of a story, big world to explore, crafting, and all the RPG goodness you've come to expect. Bonus, it's got ray tracing and it shows. It looks incredible. Assuming they nail it, this is right up my alley. Be cautious though, we've seen a world that looks this cool in trailers before but didn't turn out so well, right Cyberpunk? Atomic Hearts is due out Q4 of 2022. Okay, now deep breath from the insanity that was Atomic Heart and put yourself in the polar opposite headspace. Let me introduce you to The Pale Beyond, developed by Bellular Studios, a single-player, narrative-driven role-playing game. Let's listen to the studio head himself describe his first game from his first studio. His passion for it is infectious.
The Pale Beyond is a choice-based, single-player, narrative game inspired by the heroic age of Antarctic exploration. Amundsen, Shackleton, Scott, and of course others. We want to do right by the incredible feats of these groups of people and the sorts of people who would find themselves out on the ice, and to firmly put you in the driver's seat. How things pan out is down to you and the choices that you make, both on the big scale calls and also on how well you keep the expedition going with morale, resources, and your individual relationship with each character in the game. You just sit back, you get comfy, you put on headphones, and you're immersed. You're taken away to somewhere else, and it just gives you that space of happy time.
Like he says in the end, turn down the lights, put on some headphones, and fall into the game and its story. I plan to do just that this winter vacation, snow falling outside, hot drink, and just enjoy it like a long movie. The Pale Beyond will be out before year's end. High on life. Rick and Morty vibes, anyone? That's because Justin Roiland of Rick and Morty fame founded Squanch Games, the studio behind this beautiful looking experience. Like I mentioned with Atomic Heart, I'm a sucker for a great world, and this too is one I want to inhabit, though at the opposite end of the spectrum. I love the over-the-top explosion of color look. It appears to be, and I'm hopeful it is, the same sort of extreme adult-themed humor that subtly addresses legitimate and serious issues like we've come to expect from Rick and Morty. Let me check Steam again. Okay, confirmed. Not much has been shared beyond the fact it's a story-driven FPS that focuses on crazy weapons to build character power. Art and world design look to be a 10 out of 10 for me, and it's loaded with top-notch vocal talent. But I'm sad to report recent gameplay videos left the actual gunplay somewhat lacking. I can see potential in the physics, but it's missing a certain intensity. This one's due out in December, which leaves them a few months to kick the combat up a notch. I saved the one I'm most excited about for last, Warhammer 40k Darktide. It's billed as a co-op action shooter developed by Fat Shark Studios, who made the admittedly niche but excellent Vermintide 2. It promises a good mix of hack and slash and gunplay, leveraging some of the insane weapons of the 40k universe. Now hear me clearly, Warhammer 40k is the biggest and best fantasy world ever conceived. Period. Its tagline is, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. It consists of hundreds of books, countless short stories, tabletop games, and video games. Its depths are endless, its scope nearly inconceivable, and it's been an endless journey of amazement for me. And what's most exciting about this game is the developer's promise and commitment to authenticity and quality in creating something that's faithful to the source material. I can't wait to just walk around and take in the great architecture and atmosphere, examining all the fine details. It's impossible to convey the coolness of this world in less than a minute. If you're looking at the gameplay saying, I don't know, do me a favor and follow some of the 40k links I provided below. Commit to just 30 minutes and get introduced to the world, because to know it is to love it. I'll be doing a major review of this one eventually, but for now, I'll leave you with this. There's an old joke in the 40k community that goes something like this: everyone's a heretic until the temple starts walking. This is one such temple. So, final thoughts. We made it 5 games in 5 minutes. I have to admit, writing this video sucked. It's actually pretty hard to cut something you could talk about for an hour down to just 60 seconds. I just have a passion for each of these games and want to share as much as I can in hopes of getting you interested and maybe enjoying the experience a few of them offer. Like I said, I personally will be playing each of these and making videos for them as well. I'll leave you with some Deadlink gameplay like I promised, but I'm done talking for now. Appreciate you taking the time, take care of one another, and I will see you soon.
That's the